What's up, y'all? Welcome to the What's Up Next podcast. I'm Justine.
And I'm Demetrius, the guru of balance.
So what am I?
I would consider you a strong voice of logic.
I can accept that. Anyway, on this podcast, we're going to take a deep dive into some interesting topics and everyday situations that we face as a young married couple.
We often ask ourselves one of three questions. What's next? What's going on now? And what the hell was we thinking back then? But don't take my word for it. Keep listening and you'll find out.
Welcome to your third, first, 10th, whatever episode. I am Justine, and I'm here with my lovely husband / host / best friend / the best barber in Dallas / I don't know what else, but Demetrius Watts.
Hey.
Welcome.
Intro of the century. Glad to be here. I like that. You're going to have to, okay, we're going to have to do that a little bit more. I like the intro. I like the intro. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. So, as you can see, we have a little situation going here. And if you're not visually seeing this, we have our pod decks with us. Sometimes we like to bring this in, incorporate, some fun, exciting questions, kind of give you guys a chance to learn a little bit more about us, and also kind of just have some fun on the set. So
Wait, do I get to ask one of them? You selected both, so do I get to ask?
I told you to pick some, and you didn't pick any.
Oh, okay. So you're going to ask me both?
Yeah, I am. No, I'm actually one, because I feel like I know what you're going to say.
Okay.
So, this one's funny, and you'll laugh. It says, which words or phrases do I use or overuse?
Bet that. If I ask Demetrius a question and I give him two options, he'll usually say, and this has nothing to do really with the question, but he'll usually be like, yeah, that works. What works, bro? Like, and if there's other people out there like that, y'all bother me. Because I hate when I ask somebody a question and give them options and they don't answer with one of the two options. But you just left me where I was before I asked the question.
I'm not even answering the question. I'm just letting you know I heard you. Which
we're going to have that topic for another day.
You're not even saying what I thought you would say for this. Which words or phrases do I use the most?
On the podcast specifically?
Oh, okay. I'm finna move on because you're not saying it.
Oh, I don't know. What did you think I was going to say?
Aesthetically pleasing.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all, this is why Demetrius Watts does not decorate and probably, decorate. No, fuck that. Decorate is not a feminine term. I'm going to say decorate. This is why Demetrius Watts does not get into decor or decorate anything in our house, because all he will do is say, yeah, that's aesthetically pleasing. I'm like, bruh, who taught you that term? Like,
hey, I just know it's sufficient for almost every...
We went and looked at houses, and this man the whole time is walking through, yeah, that's aesthetically pleasing. Shut up! Why do you say that?
It is or it ain't. All right. That was just a fun one I thought you were going to get. But anyways,
okay.
Without further ado, when you think about success, who comes to mind and why?
Man, you have to prep questions like that. When I think about success,
who comes to mind? Or what? It could be an industry. It could be a business. It could be an animal for all I care.
This is gonna be like really deep, but I feel like I'm struggling to answer this question for y'all because I am really in this like moment of not comparing myself. Like I'm really trying to get out of looking at everybody else and being like, damn, I could do that. Mm-hmm. Or damn, I could do that. Or shoot, I could get into that industry. So I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't have a person off the top of my head. Like I just can't.
But
I'm not saying that I don't have people that I admire, but in this moment, I'm in this place where I'm really trying to like silo myself and not really look at other people's, what other people have. So that success piece, like, I don't want to cross compare and say like, hey, you're successful and I want to be just like, nah, I'm Justine is worried about Justine's success. And I will say, I'm going to selfishly say I admire myself.
Oh, I respect that, as you should, as we all should. feel like you're creating your own standard of success?
Yeah.
Like just as you move, like
standard of success, legacy, like options, like, and when you think of success, it doesn't always have to be like monetary.
I was gonna say happiness. Like you started getting into the fiscal stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we accomplished good things this week, so I'm focused on my own success.
Amen. We ain't gonna do nothing but celebrate that. So cheers to you. Clap for yourself. And even if you don't, I will. Yeah. So it's May.
Yes, it is May. It is Asian Pacific Islander Month, or Heritage Month, I'm sorry. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I would love to take it into that with this podcast and just kind of talk about it. We won't talk about it from any like factual standpoint necessarily. We'll give you a few, but other than that, it's really just like, how do you take care of your mental health? Like that's been a lot of...
Yeah, that's a good question though.
Yeah, that's been a really profound topic in our house lately, I feel like. Like, anywho, so let's slide into these facts that I looked up. And I wanted to keep it general so it's not specific to gender, race, sexual orientation, nothing. So mentalhealth.gov says, and these are just 3 facts on here, and it's dated, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this because I'm sure that this has changed, and I want to talk about why it's changed so much. In 2014, these facts are from 2014, 1 in 5 American adults experience a mental health issue. Okay, 1 in 5. 1 in 10 young people, now it doesn't say what young people are classified as, but 1 in 10 young people experience a period of major depression.
Wow.
1 in 25 Americans live with a serious mental illness such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or major depression. I'm going to give you my opinion. This is opinionated.
So facts are done.
Facts are done.
Okay.
This is opinionated. Now that 2020 has come and gone, I'm going to take a guess at the fact that 1 in 10 young people experiencing a period of major depression has doubled.
So say 1 in 5, I think.
I'm going to go 1 in 5.
Yikes. 20%. So from 10% to 20%.
And in those 6 years, because that said 2014 was the facts, in those 6 years, I can probably bet my bottom dollar that fact has doubled. And that is sad. To me, it's sad because I feel like there's not enough resources out there to help cater to those 1 in 5. And not everybody has access to those. Now, we're not going to go into this rabbit hole or nothing, but I wanted to make sure that I acknowledge that as we're going into this Mental Health Awareness Month.
And I respect that. And it's crazy to hear facts like that because you're just like, it is what it is. And I think...
But it's not.
No, it's ignorance is bliss. And for me, particularly, I think it wasn't until someone I cared about or was close to that actually was dealing with depression that I recognized, like, oh, people really, because until it affects you in a close proximity, you don't really know the effects that depression has on a human being. And so seeing that up close, it's like, okay, let's get this help. Let's go to CAPS, which at Oregon State, that was do you remember what it's called? I know it's an acronym for something, but it's for mental health. It's basically like
a counseling counseling service.
There we go. Yeah. Yep. So let's do that. And you really don't know until you see it. And it's crazy the effects of depression and how long they last. And I think a person like myself, I'm always like, okay, cool, you beat it, you done, it's over. But let someone who suffers from depression tell it, every day's a battle. Every day is a challenge. And just being able to see that had allowed me to show some sympathy and empathy for those individuals and for that community. So I treat it serious.
Very.
I definitely see it completely different than I had before. So that's where I'm at with it. Yeah,
I actually, as you were talking, and I'm gonna expose myself here, and that's okay because I'm in that place where I'm comfortable with it. But on here, on the mentalhealth.gov, and if anybody wants to check it out, I will put it in the bio. But it says suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States. I will tell you, and to all my listeners, as somebody who has gone through a moment where they thought that was an option, and I'm okay putting that out there, as a person who has gone through that moment where I thought suicide was an option, seeing that fact, like, just brings me to, like, a place where I'm just like, damn, I'm glad I didn't pick that. And I really hope that listeners who have either gone through that or possibly are going through that hear me when I say that it is going to get better. It will get better. Some way, somehow, it will get better, and you can make it better. That's all I'm going to say about that, and keep it very general. I won't give details as to how we got there, but I really hope that you know that it will get better.
And I'm surprised. First, I admire your strength in doing so, because I know very little people know about that.
Like, yeah.
I learned about that way later.
Yeah.
Into our friendship, relationship. Like, that is not something you put out there. And as someone on the outside, knowing Justine, you look like you have it all together. You look so strong. You look like you can tackle on anything. And I'm sure anybody who knows you personally could say the exact same. So I think people knowing that you had a situation like that, where, like you said, you thought that was the route or that was an option. That complete strength and complete respect for what you just did. I did not expect you to share that.
I didn't think I was sharing that this evening.
Yeah, I was
either.
Hey, but I ain't gonna stop you, because authenticity is a lost art in this stuff. So once again, I commend you. But wow, you got me stumped. I forgot what I was gonna say after that.
No, okay. So can we talk about our experience
when
you asked me a question the other day. Can we talk about that question?
Yeah. Was it the question about gratitude?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and we're gonna totally flip side so we can brighten it up, make it lively in this podcast. But let's talk about the question that you asked, because I think this is a little bit of a debate for you and I. I mean, we can see both sides,
and I'm still trying to see both sides. But
we can agree
to
disagree.
Yes, always. The question that she's referring to is it possible to be grateful and unhappy simultaneously?
Yes.
Your response is yes.
My response is yes.
So you can have gratitude and still be unhappy with the circumstances of whatever's going on in life, or still be unhappy with something. Like, explain to me a situation where you can be grateful but unhappy, since you said yes.
I'm trying not to give a hypothetical here. I'm trying to give like a real life experience that I've gone through. So, oh man.
I don't think you can, but I'm willing. I'm willing for someone to change my mind.
So I won't even give an example, actually. I will just say that when he had asked the question, my initial thought was like, yeah, someone can tell me like news and I can be extremely grateful. I can be like excited about the news, whatever. Now, if that news does not pertain to me, right? Like, you know, I'm grateful that you whatever, or, you know, it's almost like a third party type of situation. Like, hey, this is happening to you. I'm grateful for you and what you are in my life, whatever. I'm excited for you. Now, does that mean that in the back of my head, what's going on for me, I'm going to dismiss and forget? And because you provided me with some news that I'm now going to be like, oh, I'm happy today because of that. Like, I don't think that can always be the case. Now, do I think that it should be? Yes, because there's too many times where we get good information or something good happens to us, or let's even say great happens to us, and we do not sit in the moment or sit in the present and just absorb like the actual, okay, this is the gratitude, this is the happiness, this is everything that I wanted and I need to be excited and just live in it, right? I am probably a person who doesn't always live in the moments. So I want to say no. Like there's a option for you to be grateful and not happy, or happy and not grateful.
Okay. I respect and understand your position, and I'm not saying you're wrong.
But you're not saying I'm right.
In my experience, in times where I'm feeling unhappy, it's almost a practice of mine to immediately try to show gratitude in some way, because I know or I feel that in the presence of gratitude, there is no room for unhappiness. So like if I'm feeling down about something, if I'm not liking the way life is treating me, or if I'm at odds with you if I'm at odds with you, I'm unhappy about something you did. If I'm like, damn, I'm grateful I got a great wife. Like I'm grateful she's alive. If I'm grateful she's present. Like you're shutting the door on that unhappiness. Like I'm not even gonna give you the chance to become something greater than an unhappy moment. Because I feel like gratitude is always gonna outweigh that unhappiness. That's me personally.
Okay.
So it's like I said, if I'm down, it is what it is. I'll write down things I'm grateful for. I'll spend time in the shower, verbally saying things that I'm grateful for. And in those moments, it's very hard to sit there and complain about life or complain about whatever I was unhappy about prior to. So that maybe that's why I feel like.
Let me break this down really quick. Mm-hmm. Where is the first place or moment where you learn what gratitude is? Let's even say the definition of gratitude. Where is that place? Because I feel like I know what that would be for you, and for me it's different. So where do you learn what gratitude is?
Where do you learn? I'll say where you become a student to everything in life, and that's home. Like that's home is your first teacher. Is that what you're addressing?
I feel like at least I'm just thinking about it, right? And gratitude is something that is, I think, heavily used in the church. Am I wrong or am I right?
You're not wrong.
Okay. And the only reason I'm saying that is I wonder if your view and my view on it is different just because of our
spiritual background.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if you're looking at gratitude differently than I'm looking at it, and that's why, hey, you can be grateful and happy, and that's what you're supposed to be, because it's, I'm grateful to be here. I'm this, and so I need to be happy in this moment, because in churches they teach you, right?
We're getting somewhere.
They teach you, hey, I'm grateful to wake up this morning. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be in these pews with these people and my church family and this. So then you hear happy music, and then it all syncs together, right? Now, I didn't have that experience. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if because you did and I did not, that's why my outlook is different. Because I feel like grateful might be a different definition for me. Granted, it should be the same. No. But it might be a different definition for me.
We said all the time, there's so many routes you can take to get to the same destination.
Facts.
As long as you're getting to the destination of gratitude, I really think that's all that matters. What source that derives from, that varies upon individual. But I think one point that you had I was like, oh, she about to get into it, is like how we're taught to be so grateful and so thankful that we are subconsciously suppressing and or canceling out any negative emotion that we may be feeling.
Boom.
So it's like kind of how I was feeling towards the mental health community, or those who suffer from depression. It's like, life is great. Why are you being like this? It's like, bro, for one, they can't control it. You know what I'm saying? It's a battle that is not
truly
easily fought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here from a privileged standpoint, like, bro, you woke up today. This, that. Not knowing that person didn't want to wake up today. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really give them the space or the opportunity to feel how they felt.
The grace.
The grace to feel how they felt. And so I think you're not wrong about how I potentially could have learned gratitude. I know what it is for me now. Outside of religion, just having a spiritual connection, just for life itself. you know? So that's where Watts is at with it. I do have a question.
Okay.
Because it is Mental Health Awareness Month, what do you feel like some things that, now I'm not going to ask you to speak generally for women, but where are some areas that you think women struggle with in terms of mental health that men may not be privy to? Because obviously
mental health. I think it's pretty broad what I'm going to say, but I think a lot of women, and social media feeds into this a lot, is insecurities really tap into a lot of, I think, mental health, depression, places that women can be at in life. And I will say specifically body image is one thing that is super prevalent, I think.
That's facts.
We see something on social media, we're like, damn, I want to be, and I've said this a multitude of times, but I want to be this, and then we get into this depressed state because we're not there and we don't know how to get there, or we're not willing to take the steps. And that's one way that we're not taking care of ourselves, is realizing like, hey, be grateful for what you are right now. You can get there, like, but you need to slow down to speed up is one thing that I would like to just put it out there with that. But that's one thing. And honestly, like, women just being able to find time for self-care. Self-care is self-love in its purest form. Whatever that looks like for you, if that means taking a walk on certain days just by yourself or with a group, socializing yourself, going out and doing a beauty day, whatever, like, it is imperative that women do that, because again, like I talked about in the last podcast, is women have so many different titles and roles in life. And I would like to say that sometimes those can be overbearing. And we need to be better about making sure that we're doing what we can to keep our mental health, like, intact, and doing self-care. But same thing for men. Like, what do men need to do to be better about that?
I think what I'm about to say is nothing new. It won't be a surprise to many. I think men deal with that masculinity, machismo type aura where can't let anything hurt us, nor show people that our feelings are hurt. Nor no, don't even start. Can't do that, and we are just taught to suppress and go about our business, do manly things, and yada yada yada. Y'all know I'm a broken record. What men can do to correct that, I don't know. Like, imagine being taught something all your life, and then now people are telling you it's okay. I don't know the answer.
I'm giving you this eye because I'm like, can I talk about it? Can I not talk about it?
I guess, bro. I mean, if you want to, that could be a whole episode. I mean, go ahead and say what you want to say, bro. Keep it authentic.
I'm gonna keep it authentic. So,
but keep it brief.
2 minutes tops. Here we go. So, the other night, Demetrius and I were we couldn't fall asleep. We started talking, whatever, and I had just like leaned over and asked you, and I was just like, do you think that you're hurt? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because he just mentioned it, but I had said that I was basically putting one and one together, is Demetrius specifically, I've never ever heard him say, my feelings are hurt, or, hey, I didn't like the way that you said that hurt my feelings, whatever. And again, men are not taught to say those things. They are taught to, hey, suck it up, don't cry, why are you crying? Like, you don't even hear that. So even when you think about like little girls or little boys, is, hey, where does it hurt, right? Like, a lot of parents will ask their kids, hey, where does it hurt? But you don't hear them saying that to boys as much as they say that to girls. And I had asked him why he doesn't say that, and he really didn't have an answer. But basically what I was getting at is he does not like to address confrontation because he doesn't want to admit that he's hurt. And I think that there is a lot of men out there that probably feel the same way, or there are women who can agree that they know men out there, and I won't even say like macho men or machismo men out there, but just men in general out there that this probably applies to. Like, you guys do not, and I won't, get too deep into it, but you guys have a very hard time admitting that you're hurt. And for me, it hurts that you can't say that, or you don't feel like you have a safe space to say that. And while that sounds very like dainty, I'm just being honest. Like,
I don't think it's that. I mean, I appreciate that, but not ever, like I said, not ever having the space to do so.
Yeah.
And then now I'm with you at 25. You tell me, hey, bro, go ahead. Like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, it's foreign to you. It's foreign.
What are you talking about? And so it's how we were brought up. And I'm not saying it won't ever be fixed. And I'm not saying it's the reason why, men are the way we are. I honestly think men are amazing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to us fellas.
You guys are amazing.
But it that's just the way it is. Dun, 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 dun.
Things will never be the same.
No, I think that's real. It's crazy, bro. And shout out, so the people that are listening, I know we're about to wrap this up, but never in my life, 25 years of living, had I had a person, a best friend, a woman, a wife, read me like she did that night. And she's like, I'm not trying to be a therapist, but I'm just like, bro, you're right. Like, and she was like, you got to, do you have an answer? I had nothing to say. I'm just sitting here.
In your thoughts.
In my thoughts, wee hours in the morning. I'm like, bro, what the heck? Like, that made too much sense. So, I want to say I appreciate you caring enough about me to want to dissect and analyze me in that way. Because it's necessary, man. Even if it's uncomfortable, it's necessary.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we want to thank you guys for listening to another episode of What's Up Next. I believe this is episode
3.
No, we gotta stop saying that. It's like 18. We gotta go.
It's 18. Sorry, 3 for season 2 though.
Nah, it's 19. Last week was 8 because we did it 2. So episode 19. We appreciate y'all listening.
Can I say one more thing?
Go ahead. I think you're about to.
Closing out mental health. Please, 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 please tap in with your people. If there's one time in the year that I'm going to encourage you guys to really tap in with people, I'm not saying this just because it's Mental Health Month, but since it's already top of mind and you've already listened to this podcast, tap in with your folks and your people and just see how they're doing. Even if that just means, hey, you came up in my brain. Just want to make sure you're good. Yes, no? Cool. Great. Ain't got to be too deep. But please do that for me and for us. Greatly appreciated.
We appreciate y'all. Until next time.